On this episode of Drinking Made Easy, we visit the gateway to the West. I drink a beer milkshake, end up in a ravioli eating contest,
I need another beer.
and take a spin in a barrel. It's Drinking Made Easy, St. Louis. I'm Zane Lamprey. My job is to drink. I'm traveling the country with my buddies Mark Ryan and Steve McKenna as we explore the local drinking cultures, customs, and cocktails. Along the way, we'll soak in the local flavor in an effort to make drinking easy. St. Louis is known as the gateway to the West, and our first bar is famous for being located on historic Route 66. It's called the Famous Bar. That's Route 66.
Yes,
It goes right by
that's the
here.
original.
The gateway to the West, right?
It goes Route 66.
Well, let's talk about this. The refrigerator was given to them by the Anheuser-Busch Company back when they opened in 1933, and the bar was a regular hangout of the legendary brewmaster August Busch.
A lot of bars opened up. It was mostly AB was the main beer in St. Louis. They were saying, hey, you carry a product, we'll help you stock yourself up.
They put this in as sort of a, hey, we'll take care of you, take care of us kind of thing. And I mean, look, they bought an amazing cooler, and it's walk in on the other side.
Correct.
Your kegs are in there too. We're gonna try a beer test, right? I did a test in Milwaukee to see if Greg from Bomb Shelter could tell the difference between several local lagers. Your favorite beer is now Old Milwaukee. What does it taste like? On this episode, we're gonna see if Mario and I can tell the difference between some American and import lagers. Which one are you sure of that you'd be able to pull out?
Oh, definitely Corona. Probably Bud Light and Bud.
Red
I don't know, we're gonna find out.
I think I'll be able to tell this, that, and that. Oh, can I borrow your hat?
You're all set.
We sampled the beers and then lined up our choices behind the glasses. My bottles are in the front, Mario's are in the back. Ready?
Good.
This one, we both thought was Bud Light. Ah!
Right on.
Awesome.
So that means this is wrong.
Oh no,
For me.
we're screwed. Oh, look at that! Amstel, and you said Corona.
Yeah.
That one I said Red Stripe, you said Corona.
That's Corona.
Bud, I said Miller High Life, you said
And this is Miller.
Miller.
So I got one right. You got two right?
I think that the point of making a good lager is to have a really balanced taste
Right.
where you can't pick out the hops, you can't pick out the malt. There's a taste that we expect out of our lagers, and it's almost like they all have it.
Right.
I got 2 out of 6.
I got 1 out of 6.
Cheers. Awesome. Our next stop was Blueberry Hill, which has been a haunt for famous rock and rollers for nearly 4 decades.
Blueberry Hill opened in 1972 and expanded it every so many years until now it takes up a full city block.
Wow.
Blueberry Hill opened on $10,500 of borrowed money from friends. The rents were so low in the area because the area was so much in decline, to be polite and stuff. And now it's one of the safest, most wonderful areas in the country.
Yeah.
But it's been exciting watching the transition of the loops.
And everyone is supportive of each other. And,
We all are, it is. And it's the way America should be. I mean, it's diverse in a real way.
and there's a lot of popular rock and rollers that have played here, right?
Oh, yeah, a lot
I've
of great
seen you
musicians.
in pictures. There's about 700 pictures of you. How many Hawaiian shirts do you think you've owned over the last 30 years?
Oh, I probably right now own about 60, I guess.
60,
Yeah.
okay. There is an association with you and Chuck Berry.
Yeah, we're just good friends. And one night we were sitting around reminiscing about the early days, and he said, you know, Joe, I'd like to play a place the size of the ones I played when I first started out. We kind of looked at each other and, well, let's do it. Let's do it at Blueberry Hill. That's just magnificent.
Blueberry Hill has a great selection of local beers and an interesting beer cocktail with a local ingredient.
We feature 18 draft beers and 60 bottle beers.
Wow, okay.
And some good strong drinks.
The local beer is...
Schlafly Brewing Company is wonderful. Their pale ale is probably the most popular craft beer or ale in St. Louis.
Okay.
They also have a Hefeweizen, which is an unfiltered wheat beer that's really good.
Okay.
People like that in the summertime a lot.
You have a signature beer cocktail.
Fireball cinnamon whiskey. You put a shot of Fireball in a bush beer,
Yeah.
and you have the burning bush.
A lot of jokes that I could say
Yes.
from there. What you have here is smooth whiskey with a fiery kick of red-hot cinnamon. It tastes like heaven, burns like hell. What happens next is up to you. We got 2 Busch beers. Oh, did you want one of these?
No, thanks. I will watch you enjoy watching
yes,
you
I'm
drink
sure you will.
the burning bush.
1, 2, 3.
Woo! Oh my God! Holy cow!
You lost.
I did.
So it means you have to drink.
Oh shucks!
Right? Along with a great selection of local beers, Joe tells us that Blueberry Hill also serves up a favorite local food, fried ravioli. Back in 1933, there was a cook here in St. Louis that accidentally dropped a piece of ravioli into the fryer, and he took it out. He's like, "Mamma mia!" Joe didn't say that, but I'm just assuming that's what they say when they get excited. 20 minutes to eat as many raviolis as you can. What's in this?
Ours is beef based with spinach and onions and Romano cheese and tomato puree and lots of little portions of other vegetables.
Thanks, Joe.
Oh, so much pressure.
Ready, set, go. Today, Steve McKenna is going up against Wes, the guy in the Pleplius costume. I'm putting my money on Steve.
McKenna comes strong out of the gates, while Wes seems to be struggling for some reason. Wes is on ravioli number 2, as Steve is biting into number 7. Something is going wrong.
So what's the problem?
I think anyone trying this to help. I have to take smaller bites.
So you're out?
Honestly, for health purposes, I don't want to choke.
Okay, so I won.
We don't have somebody sit in?
I'll do it. Fine, I got this. With Steve on ravioli number 7, I'm gonna start at 0. Let's see who can eat the most fried ravioli in 20 minutes.
Ravioli.
Now, McKenna has a formidable lead, and Lamprey has a lot of ground to make up. Lamprey is on number 4, as McKenna nibbles 10.5.
I need another beer.
Now, that's interesting. Lamprey's going with the Kobayashi technique, dipping the food into his drink to make the crispy ravioli softer and easier to eat. Looks like Lamprey's trying to stare down his opponent to intimidate him.
You want to think that you're done, but then your whole mouth's full.
Zane the Machine Lamprey is right on McKenna's heels.
Your jaw getting sore? Yeah. All right, let's make it 10 minutes.
Lamprey calls an audible and changes it from a 20-minute competition to 10 minutes.
Your show. Change rules whenever you want. I'm starting to feel a little sick. Oh, I don't like this. I'm starving. I don't like the way I feel.
Like every now and then, the idea of just forfeiting is popping into my head.
I thought we were gonna need another plate. Now I'm gonna need a bowl or a pail or something. Probably a pail.
Do you feel them like saturated lumps sitting in your belly? Right?
The score is getting close. It's all tied up at 22 raviolis apiece. McKenna is falling behind.
Impossible for you to win.
McKenna's belly is too full, and Lamprey takes the win. And Lamprey seals his win by pounding his ravioli-filled beer.
I don't want anyone to think that there were pieces in there.
Not only did you step up for Wes, but you won. Cheers.
Coming up on Drinking Made Easy, a beer shake. Drinking Made Easy isn't just a TV show, it's also a drinking game.
Yeah.
So you can actually play along at home. You can drink along with us. For example, rule number 1, if you're the first person to see Pleplius hiding somewhere in the show or out in the open, you can make someone else drink. Rule number 2, if we mess up on our continuity, something's not quite the same from one shot to the next, you get to make someone drink. Rule number 3, when we challenge each other, pick a side. If you lose, you drink. To have these rules explained, and for more drinking rules of the show, go to drinkingmadeeasy.com. Oh, Pleplius, you have to drink.
Yeah.
We are drinking our way through St. Louis, and our next stop is Sub-Zero, a bar that has more vodkas than anywhere else in the country. This is ice.
This is our famous ice bar.
What's underneath there?
There's a little bit of marble underneath.
Marble.
It's a cold conductor. There's a remote compressor in the basement that feeds the coils, just kind of like a freezer.
Sounds real fancy.
At your house.
This is like a Lilliputian ice skating rink, or a glacier or something.
All of our glassware is stemless, so it sits directly on the ice. We have the largest selection of vodka in the country now.
And how many vodkas did you have when you opened up?
When we opened, we had about 120, and I worked so hard to continue to grow that.
And how many do you have now?
Over 380.
There's so many vodkas out there. People, including myself, want to know what's the difference between the most economical to the most expensive.
You're looking for smooth finish vodka.
Derek poured a few shots to see if I could taste the difference between his high-priced vodkas and his more affordable vodkas.
You don't want anything that has a lasting burn.
All right, here we go. Okay, well, there's our benchmark right there.
All right.
Much higher viscosity than that one. Is viscosity good or bad?
I think that it's good.
What's the difference between a low end and a high end?
Some people say that you don't get a hangover from higher end vodkas.
Well,
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I find you get hangovers from alcohol.
Yeah.
But is it like the number of distillations?
The number of distillations actually really doesn't make much of a difference. It's what it's distilled through.
So it's the filtration after the distillation?
Yes.
Like charcoal?
Charcoal is actually what it just takes the odor out.
Okay.
So, you know, that's
and then that's part of the flavor too.
That's part of the flavor.
So what are you looking for?
I look for something that's a little bit sharp on the tongue.
Okay.
And finishes very, very smooth and doesn't affect you later.
Okay.
It's tough, isn't it?
You know what they all taste like? Vodka.
Absolutely they do.
I don't know what I can do to change my results. Using Derek's advice, here's how I picked them. In the blind taste test, I thought the least expensive was UK5, which Sub-Zero sells for $9 a shot. In the second spot, I picked Altamont at $14 a shot. Third was Roscova at $7, then Belvedere, $8 a shot, then Russian Standard, $12 a shot, and the number 6 spot, I picked Stoli, which they sell for $7 a shot. And in the top position, I picked Regalia Gold, which sells for $25 a shot. So disappointed.
Overall?
Overall, not good.
I think it's a good job, actually.
Really?
Very good job. Yeah.
I got a 7 right next to a 25.
Absolutely.
I got the least expensive next to the most expensive.
On the rocks, I think you can drink that straight.
I think Wolf Boy deserves a treat for patiently waiting for me outside. So before the moon came out, we went to Bailey's Chocolate Bar for some decadent beverages.
We're a sexy dessert lounge.
Sexy?
Yeah.
How did you decide to make this place chocolate?
There were no dessert bars in St. Louis, and chocolate is the epitome of good dessert. I wanted to bring in any kind of legal drug we could. So we've got alcohol, sugar, caffeine, chocolate, everything.
What are you gonna make for me?
I'm gonna make you a chocolate beer shake. I'm actually gonna make you a hot chocolate martini.
You had me at milkshake, and then at beer, you consummated whatever it is that you originally started. Now you're bringing the sexy.
Right.
You made it sexy. All right, so the first one I'm gonna have is a hot...
That's our signature chocolate martini.
Okay. The chocolate martini is made with chocolate vodka, Irish cream, and pure dark chocolate.
Kinda gets you ready.
Well, let me tell you something, Dave. When you started talking all milkshakes and crazy talk, you were talking, and all I was hearing was milkshake, milkshake, milkshake. But now, I'm starting to forget about the milkshake. I'm starting to think hot chocolate. What kind of vodka?
We flavor our own chocolate vodka. So we buy a nice vodka and then put some natural chocolate flavoring.
How do you do that?
It's a secret.
Can you explain to me generally? Let's say we have a container of vodka.
Right.
And then you put a piece of chocolate in it?
No. You have to get an emulsified chocolate flavoring.
Wait a second. How do you emulsify?
You just gotta get the chocolate in a liquid form that's stable at room temperature.
You infuse?
We infuse our own chocolate vodka, yeah.
That's pretty intense. You wanna try this? Next up is the cinnamon stout shake.
Big straw.
All right, so what's in here?
Cinnamon ice cream and chocolate stout beer. So instead of adding milk, we just add beer. And then you get the cinnamon up front, and then you get the chocolate, that sort of bitter chocolate at the end.
I think you're onto something.
Yeah. Got it.
Thank you for helping me make this a transition, an epiphany, if you will.
Right.
I'm complete. Thank you very much.
Anytime.
Right now, I'm part chocolate. a majority of me is chocolate. Coming up on Drinking Made Easy, the six-pack challenge. Don't get inside your head, dude. That's the problem. You're getting inside your own head. We're in St. Louis, where Mark has ventured over to Schlafly's to talk about beer.
We're gonna learn about Schlafly.
Say it with conviction, though.
Say it with conviction.
Schlafly.
Schlafly. So most of the beer you guys sell is in the St. Louis area.
We're all about selling our beer in St. Louis. Fresh beer is best. You gotta get your beer at the source.
So you guys don't pasteurize your beer?
If you pasteurize beer, you're killing anything that's left in the beer. And what we like are cloudy beers, which, you know, our Hefeweizen and other yeasty beers are very cloudy, and the yeast is still alive in that bottle. And the yeast is full of vitamins. It's one of the healthiest things in the world for you. Drinking a couple glasses of beer a day is one of the most healthy things for you that there is.
So you guys are known for this beer right here in St. Louis.
This is our flagship beer. It's a nice, easy drinking English amber ale. Our owner was a English brewer, and what he wanted to do more than anything else is make a traditional English pale ale.
Why does it have this pretty color?
Any good beer is gonna have a nice caramel color to it, and that's all about the caramel malt that we put into it.
The color then comes from the malt?
That's what gives it a lot of the flavor, obviously those English hops, but also that caramel malt gives it that malt sweetness that you taste, and that, you know, that body that you're gonna get is from the darker malts.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you, Brennan. I got it in my nose, Brennan.
Wow. Blueberry Hill has the oldest pub dart sanctioned tournament in the country and possibly the universe.
I used to be on the dart team.
I'm gonna go with Steve.
I love you, buddy.
Game time.
It's time for the six-pack challenge.
So here's the deal. In every episode of Drinking Made Easy, Steve and I will face off in a six-pack challenge. We'll bet six-packs on the outcome, and Mark will bet on who he thinks will win. Whoever wins the challenge gets six-packs of beer.
In the game of cricket, the objective is to close out a number by scoring 3 hits into each numbered wedge. The double ring is worth 2 darts, and the inside ring is a triple. The only numbers that count are 15 through 20, and of course, the bullseye.
Oh, good, you closed out 9s. You got 20.
In round 1, McKenna gets 1 20-point hit. Lamprey gets 3 points in 17 and closes it out.
20. Closed out 20s.
Round 2, and McKenna closes out 20s. Lamprey closes out 15.
I thought you sucked.
Lamprey's losing his concentration as McKenna closes out 19, then 18.
How you like that?
Oh.
How you like me now?
Oh.
There you go, Daddy.
And then 16.
Oh, nice.
Lamprey gets a whole lot of nothing.
Oh, my God. All right, Steve, clean it up.
In round 5, McKenna closes out 17, and Lamprey closes out 16.
Yes.
McKenna throws and misses anything worth hitting. No points this round for McKenna.
God.
All right,
He's
now
coming
don't
back.
let him catch up.
He's coming back. I can feel it. He's unstoppable now.
Then Lamprey closes out 20s
Oh
right,
my
there's 20.
and
goodness.
cuts in to McKenna's lead.
Those 20s opened up. I got 18 too there, hot dog.
Bullseye.
Needs 19 and 18s.
19? Yes?
How many 19s did he get?
Closed out 19.
And 19s.
Don't get inside your head, dude. That's the problem. You're getting inside your own head. Yeah.
Oh.
By the way, I closed out 18s.
The boys have closed out all the numbers on the board. The only thing left to hit is the bullseye.
Yeah, nothing.
First person to draw blood's probably gonna take it. That's 1.
1 bullseye for Lamprey. He needs 2 more.
Bastard.
McKenna gets one bull and keeps it interesting.
Yep. Oh, you're almost there.
Game is tied again.
One more bull for Lamprey.
You ready for this?
Don't overthink it. No, you're overthinking it.
And one more bullseye for McKenna.
Game is tied.
Oh, almost nothing.
Don't get inside your brain. Don't let your brain do this thing.
Wait.
McKenna gets the bull, so now Lamprey gets one chance to tie it up. And it's over. McKenna wins the six-pack challenge.
Oh, man, that was close.
Joe from Blueberry Hill also owns the Moonrise Hotel, which has a cocktail bar called Eclipse. You have some specialty cocktails.
We specialize in basically pre-prohibition style cocktails as well as new iterations done in the same manner.
Okay, let's make one.
You're making it.
Okay.
This is all you.
Why is it called Loop if it's a...
It's called the loop because the trolley used to come down here to turn around, so it was the trolley loop.
So now we're making a drink in its honor. The Summer in the Loop is made with gin, blackberry liqueur, French ginger liqueur infused with honey, lemon juice, and poured over an ice cube with a frozen lemon and strawberry inside.
You're doing it right.
See what's happening here?
That's it.
Kind of look around like you're not interested in what you're doing.
Precisely. Look at that.
Wow. Just like this?
Just like that.
This is Summer in the Loop?
Summer in the Loop.
Who came up with this cocktail?
I did.
How much alcohol's in here?
1.5 ounces of gin, 3/4 ounces of that blackberry liqueur, and 1/2 ounce of the Domaine de Canton ginger liqueur. So all that's not alcohol in there is 1/2 ounce of lemon juice.
This feels like a sneaky drink.
It would be a sneaky drink.
Summer in the Loop.
Summer in the Loop.
This is the Jack LaLanne of drinks. You're like the Teen Wolf of patrons. The trolley car is made with bourbon, cherry cordial, velvet falernum, lemon juice, grapefruit bitters, and a lime twist.
Buffalo Trace is one of my favorite bourbons, and I felt like it worked really well in this cocktail.
Boom.
Beautiful. This is Cherry Hearing. It's a cherry cordial produced in Denmark.
3/4 ounce?
That's correct.
Here, drink that. Tell me if you like it. What does it taste like?
Really
Cherries.
good. Cherry flavored and kind of cough medicine-y.
Sort of melts in your mouth, right?
Absolutely.
And it has a sort of an oaky raspberry finish to it. Or, what'd you say?
Robitussin.
Robitussin. Holy moly. All right, so what is that?
3/4.
You're the boss.
This is Velvet Falernum.
Velvet Falernum. All right, so how much of this?
1/2 ounce of that.
Now what? Oh, yeah.
Is that fresh squeezed?
That is fresh squeezed every day.
Like it.
Fies Brothers Grapefruit Bitters. Perfect.
Then we put this on the top, and then we flip it. Do it in a second.
Look at that. We've got a lime twist on this. There you go. I like to rim it a little bit. Drop it in, and you're done. And now you have the trolley car.
The trolley car. That is a sneaky drink. Try that. Tell me if it's sneaky or not.
Isn't it?
You don't eat now.
This is your guy, not my guy.
Thanks for keeping it classy.
You guys make wonderful cocktails.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming.
I'm gonna leave him.
I don't think you have much choice, do you?
No, I don't.
Yeah, good luck carrying that one.
Thank you.
Yeah.
For more videos and cocktail recipes, go to drinkingmadeeasy.com.